The Recoloration Proclamation is a film exhibition soundtrack project that responds to issues of Southern heritage and the Confederate flag specifically. The exhibition deals with the recoloration of Confederate flags. The soundtrack portion of the project deals with remixes of Dixie, and the film deals with documenting aspects of the exhibition as well as getting a sense of what Americans think about the Confederate flag. The exhibition is really a collection of recolored Confederate flags. So we're going to have take all the different various Confederate flags, recolor them black, red, and green. And then I have the whole drag flag series that deals, the issues of sort of sexuality and rebelness and those issues. We have a Florida Revote installation where we use ballot boxes from the 2000 presidential elections with a green, yellow, and white Confederate flag that's been recolored. So that's the fun project where we have the Confederate flags being altered, being changed, and we have a piece called the Fallen Cross, where the cross is made up of different Confederate flags and a cross orientation. So those are the components of the exhibition, and the hope is that as physical objects we can use the exhibition to encourage and inspire discussion and dialogue in different communities. And that sets up for the film, because the film will document some of that and how people respond to the exhibition. Another part of the film will be the soundtrack, which will be in some ways a very important part, because I remixed everything else here, right? I mean, and recolored everything else. So what I thought would be cool would be to start to remix in various ways Dixieland, which is a Southern heritage song. And we started doing that, and we have various versions of that: jazz, blues, a spiritual, gospel. We're going to do a hip-hop version, house music version to go along with the drag flags, Brazilian version to go along with the trip to Brazil. And I think when the audience see a white woman singing Dixie in a Negro spiritual context, it's going to be very suspending, because how are you to think about such a thing? And I think it would also promote some inquiry into what is Southern heritage. And I think that's a big component in the investigation of the film. What is Southern heritage? And the bigger kind of what is American heritage? How does race and symbols and political tension fit in all of that? And that's my hope, that the music will provide another way to provide collision, but also redemption in terms of dealing with these issues. The film is really about being able to record and document people's response to the work in a lot of ways. So the film is divided up in a couple different parts. One part is about me getting ready and working on the show. It's the artist's narrative. Then the other part of the film is providing the historical information about the Confederate flag. I want to know the history of the flag, where it come from, and the different designs. I think people will be very interested in that. And then we're going to have a sort of collective, consciousness part of the film, where I go out and interview people, celebrities, everyday people, about their view of the Confederate flag, and also have them respond to what I'm doing. So in some ways we have three different voices. We have the historical voice, we have the voice of the community responding, and then we have the singular artist voice responding through the manifestation of an art exhibition. And the idea is to interweave that into an interesting chorus, and hopefully it'll be musical and get people to think about this situation on many levels. And the hope is that you'll come away learning something, feeling something, and thinking something, and be inspired to go off and recreate something, and whatever that is. And I think that's really what I want to get across as an artist, and make the point that we all, through the creative ventures, can make and affect change. And I think that's really what I'm trying to get across underneath all of this.